All praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. This one right here, we're going to be dealing with the fourth beast that was prophesied in Daniel chapter 7. Yep, we're going to be dealing with the fourth beast, so we're just going to get right into it. You know, the fourth beast is the Roman Empire. You know, that was the last kingdom that was to rule, you know, during the time of Yahweh Shah, the Savior, or who the world calls Jesus, right? The Romans was ruling at that time. You know, that was the last kingdom that was ruling. You know, from then to now, you know, they classify themselves as, you know, Europeans. You know, they you know, hid themselves even more. You know, they call themselves, you know, Russians, Italians, Germans, you know, Spaniards, right? The Spanish, right? The French. But really, they all go back to the Edomites, right? You know, even though they try to, you know, conceal themselves, they all descend from one. They all have one common ancestor, which is Esau, Edom. So we'll go to Daniel chapter uh 7 and verse 23. It says, "Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all kingdoms, and shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down, and shall break it in pieces." Right, and this kingdom is going to be diverse from all the other kingdoms, which are the, you know, the other three beasts, which is the first beast being the Persians, the second beast being the Babylonians, and the third beast being the Greeks. Right, it's saying it's going to be diverse from all them kingdoms because, you know, it's basically all three in this one. You know, this kingdom is going to bring forth, you know, everything that the last three kingdoms did. You know, all the way from their gods, you know, to the way they structure things, and to the way, you know, the way the other three beasts did wickedness. Is going to be all in this one kingdom, which is the Roman kingdom. And the Roman kingdom is going to be, you know, have its own way of doing things also, but it's going to have everything in this one kingdom, and all the wickedness of the other beasts and the other kingdoms are going to be in this one kingdom, which is the fourth beast, which is the Roman Empire. Right? And it says, "Thus he said, the fourth beast shall be the fourth kingdom upon the earth, which shall be diverse from all the kingdoms. It shall devour the whole earth, and shall tread it down and break it in pieces. And the 10 horns out of this kingdom are 10 kings that shall arise, and another shall rise after them, and he shall be diverse from the first, and he shall subdue 3 kings." And this is going to, you know, the Germanic tribes, right? I still got to get information on this, but, you know, this is talking about the Germanic tribes. And the 3 kings that was subdued were, you know, they had a civil war out of these 10 tribes, which are these, you know, the 10 kings represent the 10 Germanic tribes. You could look it up and do the research, you know, yourself. And I got to do some more research on this also. But verse 25, it says, "And he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High." And he's doing that right now while we're in the land of our captivity. You know, he was wearing them out in the time of Yahweh Shah also. In the time of the Savior, you know, they was paying taxes to the Roman emperors and stuff like that. You know, Israel was under, you know, the Jews were under subjection under the Romans. They was wearing us out. You know, even during the time when Yahweh Shah was born, you know, they chased them out into Egypt. You know, had them fleeing because Herod wanted to kill them. You know, they still wearing us out to this day in Babylon the Great, which is America. But reading on, it says, "And think to change times and laws, and they shall be given into his hand until a time and the times and the dividing of time. But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him. So verse 26, is really heavy because it says, but the judgment shall sit, meaning, so when it's time for this nation to be judged, it says their dominion is going to be taken away. It's going to be consumed and destroyed until the end. Now remember, once this fourth beast kingdom is destroyed, the kingdom, dominion, and greatness is going to go to the saints of the Most High, which are the Israelites, right? Let's get a quick precept. And after this, I'm gonna prove that that fourth beast is going into Esau, Edom, the Edomites. Let's go to Psalms 148 and 14. It says, He exalteth the horn of his people, the praise of all his saints, even of the children of Israel, a people near unto him. Praise ye Yahweh. So the kingdom and dominion and greatness are going to go to the Israelites, right, which are the saints. But now we're going to prove that, this fourth beast is going into the Edomites also. Because once this kingdom of this beast is destroyed, the kingdom is going to be transferred unto the Israelites for everlasting kingdom. Now let's go to 2nd Esdras 6 and verse 9. It says, For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Right? So Esau, meaning, the Esau is the end of the world, meaning Esau is the end of this age, right? This ruling and living age, and Jacob is going to be the beginning of the new age, right? That new heaven and earth, right? So when Esau's kingdom is destroyed, his kingdom comes to an end. Jacob's kingdom is going to begin. This is what this is saying, right? And that's what it's going into in Daniel chapter 7, verse 23 on down, about this fourth beast and his kingdom, being taken away and given it to the saints, right? Esau is the end of the world. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? Because once Esau, Edom kingdom, comes to an end, that's when our kingdom is going to be established. It's going to be, an everlasting kingdom. And that's what Daniel 7 and 9, or Salakia, Daniel 7:23 on down is going into. It's going into Esau, Edom's kingdom. The third beast was also the Edomites. It was the Greeks. But after the Macedonian and Roman war, that third war, when the Romans overcame the Greeks, or should I say the Macedonians, the Macedonians, merged with the Romans, and that made the Greco-Roman Empire. But them Greek Macedonians was Edomites also, right? So it was basically a civil war against, two civilizations with one common ancestor, which is Esau, Edom. And they end up, after the Macedonian was conquered in that third war, they came to senses and, joined their civilizations together and made up the Greco-Roman Empire. And then they all became Romans, at the end. And after after the Romans, or after they, how can I say this? They stopped calling themselves Romans, and they start naming themselves different names. They became the Europeans, and on down from the Europeans, you get your French, your Dutch, your Germans, your Spanish, your Russians, your Italians, all these so-called Caucasian races come from the Edomites and from the Romans. All the same people, man. What I'm trying to say. But now let's prove that the Macedonians are the Edomites, because we already proved that the Romans, right, which is the fourth beast, because this was the last ruling empire that was ruling in the time of the Savior, and it's still ruling today. But let's prove that the Greeks were Edomites also. So we're gonna go to 1 Samuel 15 and 20. It says, and Saul said unto Samuel, yeah, I have obeyed the voice of Yahweh, and have gone the way which Yahweh have sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. So Agag is a king of the Amalekites, right? And if you're not too familiar with the Amalekites are descendants of Esau, right? If you go to Genesis chapter 36, it gives you Esau's lineage, right? And his sons. And when you go to verse 12, it says, and Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's sons, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek, right? So Amalek comes from, the root and the seed line of Esau, Edom. Now let's go back to 1 Samuel. It says, and Saul said unto Samuel, yeah, I have obeyed the voice of Yahweh, and have gone the way which Yahweh hath sent me, and have brought Agag, the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. Right? So Agag, remember, Agag is a king of the Amalekites, and the Amalekites come out of Esau. Now let's go to Esther 3 and verse 1. It says, after these things did King Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hamadatha, Hamadatha the Agite, and advance him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him. Now you got a man named Haman, right? Which is the son of Hamadatha the Agite. Remember who the Agite is, right? Agite, are descendants of Agag, the one we just read about in 1 Samuel, right? The king of the Amalekites. And the Amalekites are the Edomites. Now we're dealing with his son. His son named, or not his son, should I say, one of his descendants. His name is Haman. And his father is an Agite. So that makes him an Agite, right? Making him an Edomite. Keep up. Right? So let's go to additions to Esther now. 16 and verse 10, the same book, but it's in the same book. It says, for Ammon, right? This Ammon right here is the same man, which is named Haman, right? This is just how you say his name in the Greek. Ammon is talking about Haman. It's talking about the same man, right? The Agite. It says, for Haman, a Macedonian, the son of Amadatha, right? Remember, we read about Amadatha, right? This is just how you say their names in the Greek. It says, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood and far distant from our goodness, and as a stranger received us. So Haman, right, is a Macedonian. And remember, Haman goes all the way back to Amalekite, which is an Edomite. Right? So now let's go to 1 Maccabees 1:1. Remember that, we just proved that an Amalekite is which is an Edomite, is a Macedonian. Now let's go to 1 Maccabees 1:1. It says, and it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian, who came out the land of Shedem, had smitten Darius, the king of the Persians and Medes, that reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. Right? Showing you that, from the Greeks, all the way, the Greeks go all the way back to, or I shouldn't say Greeks, I should say the Macedonians, because you had certain Jews that went after the name, or called themselves Greeks in the Hellenistic period. So these Macedonians go all the way back to Amalek, and Amalek is a son of Edom, right? Letting you know that these Macedonians, which later became the Romans, are Edomites. And in Daniel, let's go back to it. Daniel chapter 7, verse 23, all the way to 27, the fourth beast, which is the Roman Empire, is going to be destroyed. And once it's destroyed, the kingdom is going to be transferred into the saints of the Most High, which are the Israelites. Right? Remember, in second Esdras, Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning that follow it. Right? This kingdom is going to be destroyed by, nuclear fire. Right? When you read Isaiah 34, and verse 4. Let's start at verse 4. It says, and all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll. Right? It's talking about, that nuclear mushroom. Like, when a nuke drop and the mushroom goes up to the sky. That's what it's talking about. Everything gonna black out. It's gonna be a bright light. You're gonna see a mushroom just roll up in the sky. That's what it's talking about. It says, and all the hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth of the vine, and as the falling fig from the fig tree, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven, and behold, it shall come down upon Idumea. And the sword is talking about, a nuclear missile. When a nuke goes up, it goes up all the way to the all the way up in the air, man. And it slows down, then it speeds up to its destination, and then it comes raining down, man. And it's gonna come rain down on Idumea, right? Which is a Greek word for Esau, Edom. Let's get that real quick. All right, this is Isaiah 34. Let's see. Right, so Idumea is a Greek word for Edom. You see it right here, H123.
Strong's H123. Edom. Edom.
Right, so this is a Greek word for Edom, Idumea. And the Lord is saying that his sword, which is, the nuclear warheads, it's going to be bathed up in the sky. It's going to come raining down on Edom. And this is how his kingdom is going to be destroyed. Right, let's go to Ezekiel 35 and verse 1. Let's go to verse 2. It says, son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it. If you're not too familiar with Mount Seir, this is talking about the Edomites also, right? When you go to Genesis chapter 36, it says, we start at verse 8. It says, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom. Right? So Esau is Edom, and he dwelt in Mount Seir. So the Lord is telling Ezekiel, set his face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against, the Edomites, and say unto it, thus say Yahweh, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahweh, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, as I live, save Yahweh power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. See if thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and will cut off from it him that passeth out, and him that returneth. So the Lord is going to destroy Mount Seir, man. He's going to make it most desolate. And once he does that, he's going to take away their kingdom and their dominion and give it to the saints of the Most High, which are the Israelites. Right, and our kingdom is going to be an everlasting kingdom. Right, let's go to Luke chapter 1. In verse 31, it says, and behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb and bring forth a son, and shall call his name Yahweh. He shall be great and shall be called the Son of the Highest. And Yahweh power shall give unto him the throne of his father David, and he shall reign over the house of Jacob forever, and of his kingdom there shall be no end. Right? So once, Mount Seir is laid desolate, most desolate, the kingdom is going to be given to the saints of the Most High. Yahweh Shai is going to be our shepherd, and our kingdom is never going to have an end, man. But Lord willing, this was edifying, right? All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Shalom.